Hey, what's up, housemates? Welcome back to a brand new episode of It's About Deep House with the one and only, the Deepest. And we're back again for another Deep House review. And for today, we're flying all the way to Cape Town, if I'm not mistaken. But there's this producer, there's this guy who has been consistent with the development of his sound that you can pick him up in any feature, in any collaboration that he is here. To the point whereby his sound is dominant to a collaboration. Like you are featured or he collaborates with you, you hear more of his sound than your own sound. And that's a beautiful, beautiful aspect to have as a producer because it solidifies your name. It tells your story. It tells us who the F you are. The man I'm talking about over here is a man who goes by the name Sooks. If you don't know Sooks, I don't know what world you're living in, but it happens. We're not gonna know every artist. But Sooks is a person that you need to know. And more importantly, is a person that you need to put in your playlist. Yes, you, Deep House. You, housemate. You need to ensure he's on your playlist, regardless of what. The track that I want us to review is a track titled Parallels. Parallels. La la la. Parallels. Yes. By Sooks. It's been a track that was released this year in the year of 2025. And it's a track that caught my attention. From the very aspect of 1 second till the very last minute of this track, which is 8 minutes and 9 seconds. It's a track filled with a lot of aspect that we need to speak about. And shout out to my plug, Hours on Instagram. She is a fellow housemate, a very deep housemate. She is the follower of the genre. She pushes it at its best. I'd love you guys to go check it out. Follow on our social medias. She has this page. I don't know how to pronounce it, but there's this page under Hours that she created that speaks about deep house music in a manner that I adore mostly. She flies the flag of deep house, and that's beautiful to witness. But yeah, did us jump onto the track? Sooks Parallels. This track is gonna blow away your expectation of how deep house is. Trust me. This is literally the beginning, the intro, taking over and taking you alive with it. I'm done for the year of 2025. Me personally, I'm done. How? I know, I. Yo, horrible. Hey, uh, what the hell did we just listen to? What the hell did we just listen to? Sooks, chillax, relax, bro. King, relax. And what was the motto for this year, man? Like, who made you guys mad? Honestly speaking, who made you guys mad? Cause, ay man, manyan, yo, hey, I had a whole script written down about this whole track. I don't even know where to even start. I'm beyond the words of speechless. I'm just thinking of just wrap it up over here. You make do with what you have and gather information, and you feel what I'm feeling. Cause I am lost for words. I am genuinely lost for words of understanding how in how how in the name of existence are we privileged to such? How? Damn. This all began in the introduction. First of all, massive shout out to Sooks for having a whole introduction for a track. And particularly in this introduction, it was immense. It was immense. It sets the tone, it sets the direction of the track. It also lives up to the saying of you expect the unexpected. Because in that concept of that introduction, I thought I was gonna take a melodic house music journey. You know melodic house. That's the feeling that I got from the track in that introduction of this track. I was like, we're going in a melodic route here, and I'm up for it because I'm a big fan of melodic deep house music or melodic house music. Can't wait to bump it again. It's been a while. It just, but it was so immense because it was filled with a lot of free flow. When I mean free flow, I mean the aspect of bringing elements alive, the aspect of allowing elements to showcase their value, their sense, their formats, and their aspects. Allow frequencies to intertwine with each other, interact, communicate, not in a structured manner of you're going in this direction because the beat structure is in this direction, but in a manner of just be yourself, be alive, feed yourself. This introduction spoke of that. Mind you, I'm speaking of an introduction for a song, in a song, not for an album or an EP, just a song in general. You know, hey, when we move on to the chord progression, because such a track of this caliber, you know it is thick in structure. You know it is filled with a lot of elements. You heard it yourself. And for such a form of production, sequencing, I can't stress enough, sequencing is crucial. It's crucial to enable sequencing in the manner that Sooks enabled it to be. A perfect blend of all frequencies, the low and the highs, all intertwined into one component that just brought a sense of life to the track. The chord progression of this track is beyond the words of immense, amazing. Any adjective that describes a format that is beautiful is a term to use the structure of these chord progressions. And then after the mini bridge, that key change, I would say it acts as a key change because after that mini bridge, the life of this track turned into reality. It was like you're flowing in heaven in that introduction and snap. Just like that. You're in a rush. You're moving forward. You're just filled with a lot of energy and resilience to just push on. And that contributes to the melody because this track just gave off a very hypnotic feeling that it's a feeling of just feeling indestructible, feeling a sense of like you can conquer whatever comes your way. You know, the aura, the dark aura that is associated with this track is distinct and groovy. The dark aura that is filled in this track, it makes you want to just keep on moving. It makes you just feel indestructible. And to move on to this last segment of the track of this Deep House review, when we speak about the producer himself, this is Sooks' sound. Sooks has been making this sound for years and years, and he's mastered it. He's crafted and mastered it. It was like an ancient god just went into the tunnel. I don't know what the terminology in English is for when a retreat to better yourself, to find what your purpose is. And this is Sook's purpose, to create production in such a manner. He is consistent with it. He's been doing it for years. He's mastered the art of producing music in such a manner that is enriching, that is filled with a hypnotic feeling of indestructible, whatever, the feeling of feeling indestructible, the feeling of just a dark aura in a track that makes you make this face of disgust, but the disgust is of beauty, the essence of unbelief, like not believing what you're witnessing. That is Sooks for you. The man has been killing it in the deep house space for years and years and years to come as well, and killing it mostly in his own sound. I respect producers, I respect creators when they still stick to their novelty. No matter how times change, you can go to Zanzi House Africa, there's a Sooks one. I don't know, Vurumang, and it still gives off this vibe, regardless of what. Oh, massive shout out to Sooks. This has been a proper Deep House review, and I'll see you in the next one. It's your boy, the one and only Deepest. Peace. I'm signing out of here.